Hi, it's Dr. Kimarie. I have a question for you. What makes you feel more free and empowered? Is it forgiveness, or is it creating boundaries? So most people would say it's creating boundaries, but I want to challenge that just for a minute. I don't want to upset anybody here, but when we have forgiveness, when somebody has hurt us, when somebody has done something to us, when we have felt disempowered, the reason why we forgive is because we take our power back. We actually, when we forgive, we release ourselves and that other person from the spiritual unspoken contract that has happened, which with an unspoken contract comes invisible cords that just continually connect us to one another. So every time we tell a story and we get to explain and we're coming from a place of disempowerment, we're coming from a place of feeling victimized, we're continuing to feed that story, which is continuing to keep the connection. It's like renting real estate in our mind and our body, and then holding us back. And it actually physically weakens our strength. So you can tell this story, like I have told stories about my past where I have felt victimized from a place of empowerment. I'm teaching people how, yes, I have been through this, but now I see the bigger picture and I see all the wonderful things that actually really do come from it, how much it has pushed me to grow. It never comes with all ease, right? This life isn't about staying in our comfort zone. When we're going to grow, we're going to be challenged. It's like going to the gym. You go do a workout, and if you want to get the muscles, if you want to get the results you're looking for, you're going to have to challenge yourself past the lightest weights. You're going to have to go to the ones that give you a little bit of a challenge, and that allows your muscles to grow. And that's life. Right? So these spiritual challenges, I call our spiritual workouts, is when people do things to us and then we have a reaction. And then we get to look at it and decide, are we going to stay underneath that problem, underneath it by feeding and fueling and thinking we need to create boundaries and we need to set, all these things, or are we going to find the power within ourselves? When we create a boundary, what comes with a boundary is an expectation. And so when there's an expectation, your power, you don't have power there because it's expecting someone else to do something or not do something. So it's always about really being present, right? Because when we're present, we don't need to, we know what our body tells us when we're in alignment with certain situations or not. And every single one of the people or situations that have hurt us in our lives, when we look back, we had that guidance, we had that red flag, we had that feeling that we ignored. And then maybe we talked ourselves out of it, feeling bad, feeling like, well, how can I judge that? I don't even know. But there was a feeling in every single person I've ever worked with. And I tell you this not to blame you, not to shame you, not to make you feel bad, to free you. To know that we have guidance, we have it right within us. Our body is like the best GPS you'll ever find, And the thing is that we have to listen to it. We have to listen to our guidance, and when we don't, it's not that we get punished. We learn the lesson that builds the muscles of clarity, so that we now know why we got that guidance, and we get muscles, we get strength. If we allow ourselves to come out the other side of empowerment, we don't stay stuck in that victim place of I have no power, people can take it from me, and I need to be safe, so I need to build these walls and I need to feed fear. As long as you're feeding fear, you are not feeding faith. You're either doing one or the other, which means, what does faith mean? It means that you don't believe, or faith means you believe in possibility, you believe love is the strongest power, you believe God is the strongest power, or you believe that people can take your power, and that's not true. Right? It's one or the other. We either have our foot here, we have our foot here. If you have it on both, you have your one foot on the gas pedal, one foot on the brake, then you go in circles and you're in confusion, and then your body's in dissonance, and your body Things will show up in your body and your life to get your attention that you are in dissonance, that you are not congruent, that you believe one thing sometimes and one thing other times. Does that make sense? Right? That's why I go back to the boundaries. It's not that I don't believe that we should say what works for us and what doesn't, and we should ask for what we want. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying some people think boundaries are bricks in the wall. They're making bricks in the wall. They're keeping themselves safe. They think they need to keep themselves safe, which again is fear. We're feeding that fear. We are not feeding the faith. We are not believing that we will be guided. We are not believing we will be we are not believing that we'll be that we are connected, or that we'll be protected. That's the word, protected. I do 100% believe that. I mean, in every situation that has happened to me, I kind of ignored and did anyway, or whatever, or and when I get guided, it's like the things just open up. So it's plugging into the present moment. It's allowing yourself to be guided. If you want to know more about that, I'd love to share that with you. But I really would love for you to put down the stories that are hurting you today, and stop giving them power. Stop giving people that are not thinking about you power, and stop allowing yourself to be small, using that story as the excuse why. Have an amazing day. I love you lots. Bye-bye.